Hi, today we're going to be looking at surface area and volume of our figures. So the first thing is these three-dimensional figures is how we get this surface area and the volume. How do they come about? So they are just a rotation of our 2D figures that we've talked about. So if I want to sketch the solid produced by rotating the figure around the given axis, here is my horizontal axis. I take this, if I rotate this and I were to spin it around, when I spin that around, that's the edge, that's this edge, spinning, this base, that side over here. So when I rotate that, I end up with a cylinder. So a rectangle or a square, when rotated, is going to create that three-dimensional figure of a cylinder. So let's go ahead and jump in. The total surface area and volume, you need to find the surface area of any shape and the volume of any shape. But everything is going to come down to the same process every single time. What we're going to do first, identify the shape, and then from there, find the correct formula. After you have the formula, find or calculate the correct pieces. You have to know what the letters represent and where those pieces are going to be in the diagram. So when I look at the first figure, this is a pyramid. So if I want to find the total area of a pyramid, that is your lateral area plus one base. So the lateral area are the faces, those three triangular lateral faces, and we only have one base. That's why we're only adding 1b. The lateral area for a pyramid is 1/2 perimeter times L, which is slant height, plus big B. Now we have a big B and we have a little b in formulas. The big B is standing for base area. The little b stands for base length, which we don't need for this one, but know the difference between the capital B and the lowercase b. Don't forget, for the lateral area, which is just the area of your triangular faces, you could always break that down to 4 triangles and add those 4 triangles together. But if we follow the formula, we want 1/2 per, the big P is the perimeter of the base. And in this case, our pyramid has a square base. So the big P, the perimeter of that base, we have 4 sides of 15, or I'm adding 15 4 times. Remember, going around perimeters, I'm adding. That's going to give us 60. So back in our formula, we have 1/2 the perimeter of the base, which in this case is 60. The good news is the L, which is the slant height, is given to us. So we don't have to make the calculation, we just have to pull it from the diagram. The slant height is the height of that triangular face. Make sure that you don't confuse the slant height with the hypotenuse of the triangle. So the slant height is the height of that lateral face, which is going to be 12. Plus the big B, which is the base area. So the base area is that bottom, and it's a square, so it's base times height or side squared, which is 15 times 15, which gives us 225. So following that formula, 1/2 times 60 is 30, 30 times 12, or we just plug all that into our calculator. Oops. We find that the lateral area of the pyramid is 360. And because I want the total area, I include the base. I add those two numbers together, and the total surface area of our pyramid is 585 meters squared. We have a lot of different shapes that you have to find the total surface area of, but it all comes down to identifying the formula, knowing what those letters represent, and then making your calculations. All right, so switching from total surface area to volume, first we identify our shape, and in this case we have a cylinder. once we know that's a cylinder, we go to our formula sheet and we see that the formula for a cylinder is big B times H. Big B stands for base area. When I look at my cylinder, unlike the pyramid, it has two bases. It has a top and a bottom. We want to find the area of the base, and the area of the base is the same whether you pick the top or bottom. Now the shape, that shape of our base is going to be a circle, and the area of a circle is pi r squared. So throughout this, you have to resort back to all of those basic area formulas of a triangle, of a circle, of a trapezoid to incorporate into the total surface area and the volume. So we have the radius of 6, giving us the area of our base is 36 pi feet squared. So our big B is that base area of 36 pi times the height. Now this height, there are, multiple times that height comes up. If we're talking about the area, we're talking about the height of your shape. This is the height of the prism, which in this case is going to be 11. So we do 36 times 11, and then we tack the pi on at the end because we want the exact answer. So that's 396 pi. Again, that 396 comes from taking 36 and multiplying it by 11, giving us our end volume of 396 pi feet cubed. So when we switch from area to volume, now we have cubic measurements. All right, and that is it for today's video.